and shine another glorious day. It's your boy Marky Saint. I'm in the backyard of my homie's place. Long Eaton, mate. Long Eaton, where people are still drying their clothes and little dogs still bark from their windows and green grass, birds chirping, and that's the morning motivation right there is to be alive another day. Getting birthday messages already from homies all over the place, and I've been reflecting, obviously, because birthdays are really reflective. I woke up alone, which is a whole nother feeling. I don't think most social media influencers or people that speak on social media talk about. You try to count your blessings, and usually you're trying to count them through, I don't know, some kind of thing. He lives in a retiree home spot right in here. Let me get this gate real quick. And everyone in here has some sort of disability, so he's got a better place because he's been disabled. And I just thought this was interesting. Cool whip, by the way. But have you ever seen such a tight little fucking corner of a driveway? Like, this whole thing is straight fucking stone, and if you hit along here, this is all stone too, and you only get a little bit. Let's see this dude pull out, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like the tightest little cooch of a spot here, and that's, kind of how life is. It's a tight spot. It really is. You get crammed into your thoughts and your emotions, and then you're also burdened by your ambitions or your resources or lack thereof, and then trying to find a way to make it all work out. I'm trying to show this dude pull off. Hold tight. Let me see if I can flip this thing. Look how tight this area is, and if you fuck up, you're scraping your car on straight rock, bruh. Like straight rock. This dude has to get past my homie to get here, and he made it. Cool, perfectly clear. All right, so 43. I don't know, most people, they say 40 or 30 and make them a big deal, and I feel 43. My hair never wants to stay down anymore. Not that I'm thinning in my hair, which I'm grateful for, but it's thinner. The hair is actually thinner, and my sex drive is actually lower, and my body got fatter. After watching myself DJ last night, I was like, damn, son, put down the ho-hos, ho. And it's interesting, to say the least. At least the sun will come out right after this, but, change is inevitable to us all. I try to hit the gas every day just to know that I'm alive and make sure that I'm alive and stand outside on a cold, brisky day, putting the sun on my back just because I'm only wearing a t-shirt, OBLG, and to still be couch surfing. Got the blow up mattress, got to sleep on a blow up mattress, empty, clean room. I'm grateful, I'm grateful I'm in Nottingham. I'm grateful that I'm around all these friends. And the most ones important was seeing the last ones was just how intrepid I am, and brave I am to risk it for the biscuit so I can have a life, not one that's been parked in front of so many different things. Let me get away from this wind, but we tend to park ourselves. We really do, and I'm grateful I got to travel. Some of the things I've done shocks me, even, just to be honest with you. And my friends too, they were working their way down from Bangkok after we met into Bali and into these whole island chains, Sumatra, and places I can't even pronounce, Jakarta. And I'm like, look at all these skinny, tan, happy people. Holy shit, look at this. Look at these two jets going off by the sun. I don't know if you can see them. They're like, I thought it was amazing. You can hear the chick yelling at her dog. Everywhere you go, there's life. Laundry still, chop wood, carry water. Laundry still needs to be done with themselves. We got to make them happen. And, I've been shaping my life. There's been some mistakes in my life. I definitely wish I had my child with me. I wish we were both celebrating our birthday together. I wish I had my lover. I miss her. Sometimes when I'm traveling, I think that she's with me, and, not having love in my life is something I woke up to this morning. It's a strong reality, you know, and something that dawns on me, you know, when I pull my selfish shit like traveling or doing what I want to do. Do I have enough space in my heart and my life to fit someone in there with me? And I just blew an amazing opportunity with an amazing woman, and then almost had an amazing child. And then in my depression, I have been forced to travel again. You know, it's weird being middle aged. You know, it's weird that I looked at myself. I feel okay. I look down and I'm like, my belly doesn't stick out that far, does it? I can still see myself. But then I'm watching my videos and I see my fat. These love handles gotta go. I didn't feel like I was that fat. I didn't feel like I was pulling that many bags, and the bags are still quite heavy. You thought I would have been more pro and effective about my growth, and I think that's what forces people back to their habits. You know, the uncomfortability of the unknown. You know, the same stressors. Oh, I don't have enough money, and the next thing you know, you're swallowing more sugar, or you know, the unhappiness of uncertainty. You know, I feel watch a lot of people that, especially in England, they're already day drinking. You know, they have to consume alcohol to calm their minds. You know, and my morning motivation somewhere in my pocket. I thought I brought it with me. There it is at the bottom of my pocket. You know, finishing the last of my pan there, enjoying the sunshine, stretching. You know, trying to be the best human I can be, and not harm me. The plan tomorrow, today's Thursday, Friday, is to go into London and party our fucking dicks off. And get with the homie. He's a DJ. I got a DJ yesterday. It makes me so happy inside, you know, creating and touching. And the girl was singing, and she was also writing lyrics. And it's one of those, right? You know, where we're creating our lives, you know, and every day we're creating the day as how we want it to be shaped. And I just thought it was so interesting to be there and doing the thing that I love to do and playing music. I don't get often to DJ. I haven't done it in like a couple years, even though it makes me extremely happy. I need to get a DJ set. That'll be an awesome birthday present. But I guess life is my present. Travel is the gift that I give myself. I'm not young, dumb, full of cum anymore. I don't have, well, I guess I still got a bunch of bags, but not as many bags as I first traveled with, and bags are still heavy, and things that my friends have done and people we've done, and like, where did we get the balls for it, bro? Like, where did we get the audacity? And it's like, well, when you're on the road, it makes it quite easier. Once you've been traveling for a couple weeks, you'd be quite adept at someone else doing your laundry, you know? Watching your laundry be dried out on rocks in front of you, and the whites mixed with the darks, and uh, less control over the things that we have so much control over in our Western lives. You can control like the TV and the remote and your cell phone and your usage and what you watch, and then you get into the real world and it's like it's full on, you know. There's no determination. You don't know what kind of bus driver you're gonna get. You don't know when your next destination is. You kind of get a choice in it, but what if the weather changes and it changes it? You know, my buddies are camped out in a monsoon in the rainforest, and these guys are making them a meal in the middle of the water, and they're just under a tent, man. Now they're in homeless accommodations, but they're alive. And it goes to show, you know, it's the one thing I always seen is the homeless dude saying, I don't have any money. And then there's the businessman next to him, I don't have any money. You know, we'll never have enough money. It'll never be enough. You know, you'll never be skinny as you are now. You know, fucking American portions and sugar and everything's got my stomach sticking out. You know, we kind of pawn ourselves off for a better, skinnier, wealthier day when it's right now. Like, this is as wealthy as you're getting. You're literally getting minus money every day. I'm grateful that my business is still sending me money every day. You know, I'm getting all sorts of orders, man. 420 in America, so people are ordering big ass banners, and what was the other order? Someone got some wristbands, and yeah, getting orders still. And even though I'm all over the world, people still trust me and my vibe and my business to build it. I find it shocking, that I worked so hard to earn that, and then that it's there for me. I had to rely upon it. It's not just all credit cards. I'm going to have to pay off the credit cards with the profits that I make from my business. I just figured I might as well couch surf in England or around the world than just sit there on the couch wasting away in Henderson in Las Vegas. So, I kind of have to wait around for deals to happen. And instead of waiting around, I'm actually living my life and actually traveling instead of waiting for the next deal to come through and the next paycheck. And I think that's what we do. We kind of hold our breath on ourselves, take it from a newly minted 43-year-old tomorrow. Waiting for this certain color bow to be put on the package of our lives, or the certain amount of number in our bank account, or whatever. I just live, the opportunity was in front of me. It's like, come on up, come on over from Nottingham. It wasn't very far from Norwich, and just to be here, 4-to-1 women to men, that's pretty amazing. I don't get it. It's a choice, to know that I'm going to probably be on the couch somewhere, but do I sit there and turn on the TV and pause myself further, or do I create the couch to be in the front living room of my homie's house and chill the fuck out? That's really what it's about. It's about getting up in the morning and stretching this old body of mine and my mind, and get the sunshine, and remember that I'm alive, and that I don't know what's around the next corner. I was telling my friend, I was trying to explain to him, this isn't to be morbid, but it is an awakening to say that I won't be alive forever, and you don't talk that way when you're young. And I told you about the app that reminds you 5 times a day. It's not a morbid obsession with death. I don't sit there and go, I'm going to die soon. It's not that. I just know that it will happen. There's an eventuality to it. So it's like, okay, if you knew you were going to die tomorrow, what would you do differently? And let me propose it a different way. The guy did it once. He was like, okay, let's make it 10 million. I'll give you 10 million today. $10 million. Everybody's like, hell yeah, give it to me. But you got to die tomorrow. Now, why is your life now all of a sudden worth $10 million? Everybody's like, I got no money, but if I take your life away from you, you got everything. You got everything. In every breath of your lungs, every word spitting out of my lips, we got everything. And it was very shocking to say that I'm not worth nothing. And then you figure you can take loans out on your health insurance. Like you can get a life insurance policy and actually take loans out on that life insurance policy. You can do no doc loans in Nevada, using my business, my LLC, and my EIN number. There's things that we believe, and when we let it be our beliefs, we let it be, I'm too fat to travel, I'm too old to travel, I'm too broke to travel. I've ran out of time to do that business idea. No one's ever going to love me. What are the popular ones? I'm not good enough. And the truth is you're as good as you are right now. You're as young as you'll ever be. You're as skinny as you'll ever be, right? Like, these things that we're waiting for to churn us into a positive frame, to make us realize the real lie is that you need more. Like, I'm going to need more time to do it. No, the time is now. There is no more time. Oh, I'll wait till I find a lover to travel. Your lover is already on the road waiting for you. Let me see what other kind of lies we tell ourselves. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not rich enough. We're all holding our breath for this moment that's not going to happen. The Fight Club is real. We're not going to be rock stars. It's kind of weird to hear it from a guy that's got a 6-pack abs and his name's Brad Pitt and he's already successful, but he's right. He's the only Brad Pitt. How many of us are going to be Brad Pitt? We're not going to be movie stars, bro. We're not going to be some rich socialite. It's not happening, bro. Unless you got born into it like the Duchess, it's not going to go down, bro. And you need to know that. And even for the Duchess, it didn't work out for her. She's not as rich as she was inherited too. So we perceive these flights. We perceive these controls, form of controls. We perceive these fears and let it control our world. And intrepid is the word of the day because it means bravery. It means boldness. It means boldly going someplace and saying, "Yo, I want to live now, bro. I want to be alive in the now, bro. I don't want to just sit around and wait for the day that I die. I want to make sure that I live before I die. I want to make sure that my dreams don't die with me." And he said, "I like that, Saint. You know what I mean? I mean that. It's like, sure, your family would be around your deathbed, but not for certain, your dreams are around your deathbed. And I hope they're not. Honestly, I hope that they're not. I hope that you make your dreams come alive before you die, and to go to that place in your head where you were like, yeah, I've always wanted to see Italy. I've always wanted to go back to my Irish roots and go to Ireland. I've always wanted to. I've done some pretty amazing things being on top of Machu Picchu and Angkor Wat, and to talk with my friends about it and be able to have friends that have been there as well, and also intrepid travelers. They were older than me now. I'm 43. They met me when I was like 30, 31, 32. And we only met briefly. And for that brief moment, got me an invitation all the way to Norwich inside of a beautiful Airbnb with beautiful conversations and people and meals, and everything was taken care of and was a blessing. And I even had a friend to take me around, thanks to Mike Crom, the Australian, the Crom tour guide, it was amazing to have these blessings of other people that were brave enough to see the world and not just sit there, but to explore not only inside of your mind, which usually we do when we're high, but to explore the world, and explore our dreams, and to have the kind of balls to go after things. Now I can sit back and people like, yeah, banner in an hour. But before I created that, it was print an hour. And before I created that, it was Prince by Saints. And before I created that, I had to work for Las Vegas Print Solutions. Lo and behold, now I can make $800 off of one banner, pay off all my credit cards, and continue the journey. People were worried. I was kind of worried too, traveling with $9 in my bank account, and then all of a sudden I get a shirt deal. And it's $230. Boom. You're like, wow, I needed that cash, I needed that cash really bad. And now I got more shirt orders and people asking about wristbands. Although I don't normally do wristbands, I referred that to my friend, but I'm getting orders. People are trying to send me money, trying to use my services, even though I'm overseas. No one really knows. They don't care. You want to do the artwork for us? You want to design our step and repeat? Designs by Saints is here, make another $100. And I'm on the road on an air mattress in the middle of Nottingham. Where am I at? Long birthday wishes. Not trying. They're sending me happy birthday wishes, trying to send me business. It hasn't gone through yet, but it's just one of those things that it drips. The effort that you give drips. If I didn't give the effort to go to Charlie's place in this artist hostel, I wouldn't be in my friend's Airbnb, which was inspired by him. Artist having art cover everywhere, and every wall was interactive, and we put like bottle caps and designed a Cocopelli out of bottle caps, right, and put it into the concrete. It was a great design, but with that kind of design in mind, it opens your world up. It opens your world up of all the possibilities of what your life could be like, instead of the way that it is. So it's the way that you make it. A lot of people confuse it with like it is what it is. It is what you make it. And if you make your life, you won't regret it. If nothing else, I regret losing my child and my lover. This hurts my heart. Would I take away South Korean prison? At the time, yeah, it was horrible. I was like, fuck this life. Would I wouldn't take away any of my travels. I wouldn't take away any of that. I would love to take away the weight, but I walk off the weight. That's what traveling's all about. And I keep walking, and it could be a high school in Henderson, or it could be here in Nottingham. I go for walks. I stretch my back. I stretch my legs. I stretch my life, and remind myself that I am alive. And I think that's the most important message you can keep giving yourself, is I am alive. If I had some depressed thoughts, hell yeah. I think about my buddy Bryce Hansen and him committing suicide, and Who else have I lost? Three other friends before I traveled. And then my friend called and he said he lost two friends within 10 minutes of the same phone call. Time keep on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. And you can spend this moment now obsessed about the future, which means you're not in the now, or you can spend this moment now obsessed about the past, which is something that I admittedly do. I hate being the mistake master. I wish that my life was perfect. I wish I scored every touchdown and had my baby right here, right now. I probably even want to be on this trip, but I am on this trip, and I ask myself, why am I still alive? What is my purpose? And for me, most of it's just to keep seeing things that I can see, seeing people that I meant to see, and people I haven't seen in a long time. Go to sites unknown, Nottingham Castle. My mate's got the car. We'll just hop in it and go get some breakfast. And his mom's making some Caribbean jerk chicken because she's from that area. This is like, blessings after blessings, more than just stressings. We really do have the breath in our lungs. That's the best gift that we could ever be given, especially on a birthday. It's just like, if you knew that your life, like, I mean, I'll give you $10 million today, but you got to die tomorrow, would you make that deal? And everybody would be like, 10 million, hell yeah. And then they hear the caveat, they hear the other foot drop and say, that's how much your life is worth. Why don't you treat your life like that? Why don't you treat yourself like it's worth $10 million? Oh, because I don't have it actually in my bank account. And then goes back down to the worry, back down to the fear, back down to the limited self beliefs. And now all of a sudden you're back to zero. You're not worth anything. I got nothing in my pockets. If I go in the store, I can't afford. No, 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 no. Really? How about the fact that you're just walking? My mate in here, he's living in the I don't want to say elderly area, but because he's missing a leg. You ask him if he would like to DJ another day or smoke another spliff or get his leg back. I'm sure it's get his leg back, and there is no price to replace functioning limbs, healthy hearts and lungs. My other mate that I left, he had bronchitis. He was getting in some coughing fits, and yeah, he's right. The guy that said, take away my oxygen and it'll be the only thing that I want the most. You gotta want it like you want your oxygen, right? If we were to submerge you, you would fist fight everybody to come up for a breath of fresh air. It's what our humanity is. But we forget it because we take advantage. We like, the flowers are right in front of me, green grass, bright sun, air in my lungs. But we're not taking account of, this is our time. This is what we're doing with our lives. And part of my time is just absorbing the sun and absorbing my thoughts and waking up. It's part of the times taking shits and part of the times eating food. It's part of the cycle. But in the meantime, the time that means something to me is when I'm actually doing something with my life. I'm not putting it in on this thing, this device. I do it because you're part of my sunshine and walk in the morning. I put it in my routine. I'm used to doing the vacation of it. That's not my normal. All of a sudden I'm in England and I willed myself to it. And for my birthday, I wanted to smoke a big blunt in front of Big Ben. That was my goal, and now I'm here and I'm DJing and I'm meeting people I wouldn't have else got to meet, and I'm seeing architecture that I wouldn't ever got to see, and I'm seeing history unfold in front of my eyes, and I'm wrapping my head around Egyptian civilization and Greek civilization and the Romans and how they came over to England, and all the Tudor dynasty and the Howards and the Edwardians and the Elizabethans and this architecture that matches. It just my mind blows my mind. And it's still hard for me to wrap my head around it. The king's about to get coronated. Coronation. I don't know if it's Wednesday, this one, and I'll be down in London to watch a king get coronated. It's about on the level for being in LA when Kobe Bryant died. Like when he went down, I was in LA and I went around some places. I get to say that I've been some places. I almost downplay it. I don't even let people know that I've been places. I braggadocious, but it is one of those things. Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, I was drunk and tubing in Bang Bien We were crazy kids, bro. My buddy busted his fucking ribs. The first time, like within the first 10 minutes we were there, he was sliding across the pole, fell into the water, and he looked like a mannequin. He came out and he's like, ah, we're like, Billy, you all right? Yeah, man, I'm all right. I almost had to pull him out of the water. Instant black and blue, boom. And he's shaped like me too, Pumpooina, with the belly sticking out. And would I like to be six pack abs? Yeah, I probably should get on the workout plan. So I've been losing a little bit of weight of carrying all my bags. Sure have. It's kind of the stress on my back or making me exercise. Whatever. But you'll never be as perfect as you want to be. I mean, I know we all try really hard on Instagram or YouTube's or whatever that we're trying to portray our avatar as this being that doesn't have um, flaws and that's where the light shines through is the cracks, you guys. If there's nothing else I'm doing with Saints Addiction was to just show that I'm growing through the cracks. I'm learning to grow even though I've been cracked or bent, like a reed. If I went over to one of these flowers and just snapped its stem, it still would try to go right back up, just like a weed, just like actual marijuana leaf. You kind of bend them down and train it. And we're getting trained in this life. We're getting trained and prepared for the next journeys, and it's that you go and you get trained on how to travel as you travel and lighten your load, and you training yourself to have a new skill set, bro, to have something that's not the same as Netflix and chill. I saw the other girl. She's like, I'm going out to the gym, and she slips and falls backwards, and then she turned to the table and poured herself a glass of wine and started crying on the sofa, watching these horror documentaries or love things. It's like, you should have probably gone to the gym. And they were talking about their friend, and they're like, a friend that stays over for Valentine's, and someone loves you, and she looks so pale. It's the depression. I wonder if she's gonna go outside today and get some vitamin D on her. I think it's the biggest thing to beat depression. I think it's the biggest thing you can do to get your mind motivated is to not only get your motivation, but get your ass in the sunshine, to get the vitamin D on you, to get some D in you. You know what I'm saying? And once you get that, you remember that you're part of a bigger microcosm of dimensions. Or else the sun's not shining and it's storming, and somewhere else it's really hot, and somewhere else it's really cold. Right now, I am here. Right now, I'm in England. I'm absorbing the sun. I'm outside looking at green grass, and flowers grow, and spring is in the air, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I'm intrepid. I'm grateful that I took my life into my own hands. I feel when I die, he'll probably put World Traveler Marquis Saint on there or whatever. Yeah, I'm addicted to it. It helps me with my mental health. I'm not always the healthiest mentally, and Lord knows I overeat if it's not right in my mental, and Lord knows I need to keep up on my walks just to free my mind and not be trapped in my mental slavery, and then also to remind myself that I'm alive, to remind myself that that's the best game going. I'm not in a hospital. I'm not missing a fucking leg, and I'm not watching it hang while I was DJing. You know what I mean? I was like, God damn, Saint, you can lose it. I'm also doing the walks. I'm also carrying the luggage, and I'm also on a journey away from the American foods that I've been eating, and the portions and the what's the stuff, preservatives that are going on. I'm living my life now away from that. I got fresh strawberries and a smoothie inside. I'm gonna go eat that right now. I got some weed in my lungs, and I'm very blessed to have that. I got the sunshine shining on me, and of course, I love my life. Yes. Yes. I got to remember that I love this life, and it's not perfect, and it's got its bruises, warts and all, but I appreciate it the way that it is now. And that's all that matters is the now, the power of the now. What are you going to do with your now? What are you going to do to get the fuck up and go eat proper breakfast and go get some real exercise and go get some real sunshine? What are you going to do now to start living your life and making your dreams come true? And that's just not hyperbole. It's how you motivate. Literally, it's how I get motivated. I just tell myself, if I were to die tomorrow, what would I want to do today? And today I want to live, and we're going into Nottingham and go see Robin Hood in the castle. Straight to the castle. That's Travel by Saints. Thanks for watching. And if you got anything out of this, please like, share, subscribe. But most importantly, comment below. What have you gotten off on in your life? What have you sat and said, you know what, time to put the remote down and go for a walk? Or time to put the wine bottle down and go for a workout? Or time to stop being afraid and go talk to that girl? I hope that you're motivated after this. I hope that you know that you only got one day to live, and one day to live. I think that's the message, isn't it? Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. And as always, Chigatan. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And yeah, I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Peace. Ciao. Beijos. Belo.